Hello survivors and welcome to another video. Today is Silly Saturday, as we know, the day of the week and everything like that. And for today we decided, we have not played on our assassin for a very long time. He's actually one of the characters that we have the fewest amount of levels on. So I decided, what can we do with the assassin? And originally I decided, hey, let's do fan the bombs and use 6 of them, but because fan the bomb deals more damage based on how many fragility or weakness stacks the enemies have on them, I thought to myself, you know what, it might not actually be that strong to go 6 of them. You need something to apply the fragility first, and while I was doing that I landed up getting 2 or 3 Deathnadows along the way. So I thought to myself, well, let's start over, let's use Death Vortex. They look really cool, and while doing this, I've actually learned something new about the Death Vortex. Now, originally when you do have it and you don't have a lot of area of effect, you don't notice that the Death Vortex actually grabs the enemies and pulls them in towards it. Now, usually this was what the Void skill did, and the Void used to drag enemies into them, and you would be able to apply Doom and a lot of area of effect skills along the way with it. I didn't know Death Vortex did this because I've never really played it with a lot of area of effect or noticed it pulling enemies into it. So that's exactly what we did today. And as you can see, it is extremely strong. Not only is it completely destroying cycle 2 bosses within seconds, it also keeps you relatively safe from other enemies. Now we are still looking for the 6th one. We do have a Bloodlust in its place until we do find it, which is still okay. And we managed to pick ourselves up an exposed weakness. Very strong. And we are also going to be increasing the area of effect even further. Now we do have 55% chance to crit, so we are going to increase our crit multi as well. I mean our crit damage. We're going to go for our damage over here, area of effect, and then more cast frequency, because we are still on a 5.2 second cooldown for the Death Vortex. And then we don't want single upgrades, and we don't want to upgrade our blood lust, so we are grabbing the health instead. Now we are actually getting really low frame drops because of the skill. I don't know how well it's going to affect everything, so we are going to just lower the special effects just a little bit. We'll put it down to about 50%. That we should still be able to see that. Yes, we can, and that's going to maybe assist us with our frame rate just a little bit. And unfortunately it doesn't look like it is. We're still sitting on about 20 frames per second. But very crazy. Again, I really didn't know that Death Vortex pulls in enemies like it does over here. It is really good for keeping us safe. Again, just wanted to iterate that. Also, what we looked for again was a lot of multicast as well as a lot of area of effect, and then the cast frequency as well, because we do need to have it up as often as possible. And cast frequency is going to help that because it does have quite a long cooldown. I believe it is like something over 10 seconds in the beginning of a run, so you really got to get that down to a much lower number. Alright, it's actually been a while since we have done a Silly Saturday. That's really caused us to have issues with our FPS, so we are going to have to unfortunately lower the graphics all the way down, because we want to have this as a smooth running video, and we are going to have to just keep it down. Unfortunately, it's just the way it goes, and just the way the cookie crumbles. So just to save face, excuse me guys, I am slightly sick unfortunately. 60 frames back, and now we can just see everything dying. So you can kind of see or know where the tornadoes are because you see the enemies just being dragged right there. Very, very funny. Very, very cool to see the goblins being, dragged to different places on the maps by an invisible force. Truly what a tornado should be is invisible, because it is just wind. So we just took away the purple color of it. And as you can see, we already destroyed that boss within seconds. And all we're doing is negative effects. So we only really do have doom, burn, poison, and frailty or fragility. So we don't even have hypothermia, or even impending doom. We've only got our exposed weakness now. So we are applying negative effects, but we don't have any of the synergy skills that help with dazed or, getting a lot more frail or fragility stacks onto the bosses. But as you can see, we apply 300 to 400 stacks within seconds, and the bosses die once they hit about 350 stacks. So we're going to keep going for cast frequency. Still rolling for our last tornado. Doesn't look like it's going to show up for us, unfortunately. But that is what it is. We've got more than enough going for our tornado currently. And we're just going to go for like a crit. Again, this is only going to apply to one of them, so we don't go for it. We'll grab the doom. I know it's kind of a silly thing. A lot of people will be like, but you should have just taken it anyway. Yes, I should have, but I'm not. And then we'll just grab the magnetic. Again, not grabbing anything for Bloodlust. The point was to replace it, so there's no point in upgrading a skill that we might have changed. But anyway, it looks like we are on the last boss, and this took absolutely no time. I really actually didn't expect it to go so fast, and we will see what the damage numbers are at the end. I think it's going to be relatively hard. Doom is actually very, very strong if you are able to apply enough stacks, and it does actually kill things very, very fast. So you can already see the boss is on dead. Yeah, he didn't even reach 200 stacks there, and he was murdered. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I did making it, and always remember to please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.